Okay, so this really quickly is what I call green pasta. First of all, start off with a cup and a half of, this is green pasta. Focus. There you go. This is green pasta. It's this one here, but basically any spinach pasta is what you're looking for. So just chuck it into some boiling water with some salt, and that will cook up. And then, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get some vegetable oil. Any vegetable oil doesn't matter, or any oil that you use, and you just want to put a little bit in the pan. Turning your electronics on is usually a good place to start. I had not tried that yet, but there we go. My stand is a microphone stand. It's amazing, I know. You're all like, wow, that's super awesome. So hopefully this won't take too long to heat up and I can show you this. It's really kind of quick and easy, and what I generally do is I meal prep by setting up all of my vegetables, and I chop up all the vegetables and I put them into individual freezer bags in the freezer, so that when I come to make something like this I can just grab out the vegetables that I need. I just did that actually for the week, which is great, so I'm pretty much good to go now. For the next couple of days I just did celery, scallions, mushrooms, asparagus, peas, peppers, mushrooms, a few other bits and pieces like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the mushrooms in first, and what I have is half a cup of mushrooms, because mushrooms kind of sweat down to nothing really. So half a cup of mushrooms, and I'm going to add some salt. And I'm actually going to add a little bit of rosé or rosso wine vinegar, just because I like the taste of it. But just like a little splash, not much. You could use balsamic if you want. I do that frequently enough as well. I just don't have any at the moment. And basically you just want to fry up your mushrooms. So I'm just going to pause it and I'll come back in a second, because obviously I don't want the video to be too long. Okay, and we're back. So basically I've just fried up the mushrooms a little bit, and this is going to be really loud because of the mushrooms, but next I'm just going to throw in about a tablespoon, well, a good tablespoon of chopped up celery, and I'm actually going to throw in the asparagus now as well, and I've got basically a quarter cup of asparagus. So we're just going to fry these up. We just want to basically take a little bit of the bite out of the asparagus and the celery, because you want it to be a little bit crunchy, but you don't want it to be like acidy and hard. And just now, because it's drying out a little bit, I'm going to add a little bit more oil. And this is okay because we're not going to put a sauce on this, so we just need there to be a bit of oil there to coat the pasta when we put the pasta in. And just now that I talk about pasta, I'm just going to give the pasta a quick stir, just to make sure it's okay. Now, what I'm going to add to this now is I'm going to add a good squirt of just lime juice. Just kind of sticking in with the whole kind of green theme. And I'm also going to add just some ground up pepper as well. You want a lot of flavour in this, because obviously you're cutting out the sauce. So I'm just going to fry that up a bit more. And you know, this is really, really quick. It's one of my favourite things to do, is this kind of stir fry thing where you just kind of fry it up and you're kind of all good to go. Check the pasta again. Now this water was already boiled, so it shouldn't take too long for the pasta to cook, hopefully. I'm going to add a little tiny bit of garlic parmesan seasoning, which my mom picked up in America for me, and it's kind of for popcorn, but it's really kind of good in things like this when you don't want to chop up garlic or you don't have any garlic or cheese and you just want to give something that little bit of a flavour, and they're great on pastas actually. This is pretty much almost done now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in a third of a cup of frozen peas and about a tablespoon of chopped scallion, and just cook that up a bit. And I'm going to pause it again, and I'll come back to you then when the pasta is cooked. This is pretty much almost done now, so you can take this off the heat and just basically wait for the pasta. Okay, sorry about that guys, my camera decided to totally cut out on me, so basically what I've just done is I've just drained off the pasta, and I'm just kind of cooking off the last of the water on it there. And what we're going to do is we're going to add it to our mix here, our veggies. You could totally put meat in this if you wanted to, I just chose not to because I've been overindulging over Christmas. But what I'm basically going to do now in a second, once I've taken all the water off this, I'm just going to add my pasta to my, just put it there for the time being. I'm just going to add my pasta to my veggies. I'm going to toss it around a bit. We're going to cook off the last of the water that came in there with it, but we're also going to add a good tablespoon of chopped coriander. Now, that's just because I had coriander and I really like the taste of coriander, but again, the great thing about this is you can kind of put in whatever you want. I would have put spinach in if I had some spinach. I didn't, so that's why I went with this. And just now that we're kind of near the end of it now, we're just kind of cooking off the harshness of the coriander. I'm just going to add a bit more of the seasoning to the actual pasta itself, just for some cheesiness. But again, obviously you could just add parmesan if you wanted to. I just like the garlicky taste in it, and I didn't put any garlic in it, so that's it really. And I will throw it in a bowl now so you can see it. That's basically it. Green pasta. And it's really, really easy and simple and lazy. One of those lazy foods, and also like, we'll turn it off. That's kind of it. And yes, I've moved the camera again. So basically this is what it looks like. And obviously, yes, it is quite green. And coriander. It smells so good. But it's really easy. You can make it in like 20 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on if you need to cut up all the vegetables for it, then it'll take you about half an hour. Excuse me. But if you do what I do and kind of chop up the veg in advance, then all you have to do is like grab a cup of this, half a cup of that out of the freezer. In fact, you could even freeze the ingredients for what you need into little freezer bags. What I made there is enough for like one really hungry person, or kind of lunch for two people. But for two people for dinner, you'd just maybe add another half a cup of pasta. Yeah, and just have maybe 2 cups of pasta, because like this is about 2/3 of what I made. That's totally enough for me. Excuse me. So that's basically it. Green pasta. Tell me if you like these videos, because, you know, I can do more or not, depending on what people want me to do. And also, I have no idea where I'm looking at it, because I'm looking at the back of my phone, because I'm recording it properly like a human. Okay, bye guys.